It was not just a coin, but a golden bridge between centuries. The year 1789. America was still a fragile dream, and a man, George Washington, carried it on his shoulders. From 1789 to 1797, Washington became the first president of a nation born from revolution. He refused power beyond 2 terms. He refused the crown, and in doing so, he became the very symbol of democratic leadership. In 2007, 2 centuries after his presidency, the U.S. Mint honored Washington in a way never done before, the first of the presidential $1 coin series, released to the public on February 15th, just in time for President's Day. The Obverse, Washington's bold, forward-facing portrait, designed by Joseph Mena. The Reverse, the Statue of Liberty, torch raised high, by Don Everhart. Freedom, leadership, bound together in gold. Some coins were born different, missing edge lettering, double inscriptions, tiny mistakes that made them treasures. One coin, worth $1, sold for hundreds. From the mint in Philadelphia, to a boy in Washington's home state, to a collector in London, one coin, 3 centuries of history in its weight. It's more than metal. It's a story you can hold, the George Washington presidential dollar, a piece of America that still travels the world. Imagine holding in your hand a shining, golden-colored coin, not from the 18th century, but from the modern 21st century, yet carrying the proud face of the very first president of the United States, George Washington. This is the George Washington Presidential $1 coin, issued as part of a special series that honored every U.S. president in the order they served. But before we dive into the design, let's step back in time to 1789, when the American experiment in democracy was still young. The Revolutionary War had ended just a few years earlier, and the new Constitution was barely inked. The nation needed a leader who could unite the former colonies into one country. That leader was George Washington, a tall, dignified Virginian who had led the Continental Army to victory against Britain. He became the first president of the United States in 1789 and served until 1797, setting many traditions for future presidents, from the title Mr. President to the precedent of serving only 2 terms. Washington refused the temptation of monarchy and believed the presidency was a duty, not a crown. This humility made him an icon, and more than 2 centuries later, the U.S. Mint decided to honor him on a circulating dollar coin. Why the coin was made. In 2005, the U.S. Congress passed the Presidential $1 Coin Act. The idea was simple but powerful. Create a new $1 coin for each U.S. president, issued in the order they served. Each year, 4 presidents would be honored. The George Washington coin, as the first in the series, was released on February 15, 2007, intentionally close to President's Day. The goals were: 1. Educational, teach Americans about their presidents. 2. Commemorative, celebrate the nation's leaders in a dignified way. 3. Economic, encourage more use of $1 coins instead of paper bills since coins last longer. The Obverse, front side, Washington's portrait. The front of the coin carries a bold, forward-facing portrait of George Washington, designed by sculptor Joseph Mena of the U.S. Mint. It's not the powdered wig, stiff pose Washington you see in old paintings. This is a confident, almost modern-looking figure gazing slightly to the right. Around his portrait are the words, George Washington. First President, 1789 to 1797. Interestingly, unlike older U.S. coins, the motto, "In God We Trust," does not appear here on the front or back. It is inscribed on the edge of the coin, along with the year of minting and E pluribus unum, out of many, one. The reverse, back side, the Statue of Liberty. The back is pure symbolism. Designed by Don Everhart, it shows the Statue of Liberty, torch held high against a field of rays. At the top is the legend, United States of America. At the lower left, in bold letters, is the denomination, $1. Why the Statue of Liberty? Because the series was not only about the presidents, it was about the very idea of America. Lady Liberty represents freedom, democracy, and the enduring hope that the United States offers to the world. Minting and composition. The George Washington presidential $1 coin was struck in large numbers at two major U.S. mint facilities, Philadelphia, P, and Denver, D. Its composition is a manganese brass-clad metal, giving it a golden appearance but no real gold. Diameter, 26.5 mm. Weight, 8.1 grams. In 2007, over 300 million Washington dollar coins were minted, making it one of the most produced modern commemorative coins in U.S. history. International market value. In circulation, it's worth just $1 in the U.S., but in the collector's market, value depends on condition, mint errors, and special editions. Uncirculated coins, $2 to $5 USD. Proof coins, special collector strikes, $8 to $15 USD. Rare mint error coins, such as the famous missing edge lettering variety, can fetch PKR millions to $15 million USD, depending on condition. In the international numismatic market, high-grade proof coins with certification can be valued in the hundreds of dollars, especially for collectors outside the U.S. who see it as a symbol of American history. If converted into American currency, as of 2025, some rare coins can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Rare varieties and mint errors. While the George Washington $1 coin was minted in huge numbers, some coins developed errors during production, and these mistakes are what make certain pieces incredibly valuable to collectors. One of the most famous is the missing edge lettering variety. Normally, the coin's edge is engraved with "The year of minting e pluribus unum, in God we trust," but on some coins, due to a minting oversight, this lettering was never applied. When these coins hit circulation in 2007, collectors scrambled to find them. Prices for these error coins shot up to 15 million USD or more, especially in uncirculated condition. Another variety is the double-edge lettering coin, where the edge inscriptions were mistakenly applied twice, giving the letters a shadowed or overlapping look. These, while less rare than the missing lettering coins, are still highly collectible. Collectors' demand in the U.S. and abroad. In the U.S., many people initially found the coin unusual because Americans rarely use $1 coins in daily transactions. But for numismatists, coin collectors, it was a dream. Collectors wanted proof versions minted in San Francisco with a mirror-like finish, high-grade MS-67 or MS-68 coins, mint state condition, certified by grading companies like PCGS or NGC. Internationally, the coin gained special appeal because George Washington is not just a U.S. figure. He is a global symbol of independence, leadership, and Republican ideals. Collectors in Europe, Japan, and the Middle East often pay higher prices for pristine examples, especially if they come in original U.S. mint packaging. Cultural significance. This coin isn't just metal. It's a tribute to the man who set the precedent for democratic leadership. Washington's refusal to serve more than 2 terms directly inspired the 22nd Amendment, limiting U.S. presidents to 2 terms. He established the principle that leaders are servants of the people, not rulers for life. The coin S pairing of Washington S portrait with the Statue of Liberty sends a message. America's leadership and freedom are forever linked. A coin's journey, storytelling ending. Let's imagine one particular coin, minted in Philadelphia in early 2007. Fresh from the press, still warm from the strike, it travels in a bulk shipment to a Federal Reserve Bank. It's released to a small-town bank in Virginia, Washington's home state. A young boy receives it as change from a grocery store and notices the unfamiliar golden color. His grandfather explains who George Washington was. That boy keeps it in a small box for years. One day, a coin dealer spots the missing edge lettering. It's a rare variety. The coin travels again, this time to a collector in London who treasures it as a symbol of leadership across oceans. From 1789 to 2007 to the present, this single coin connects 3 centuries of history. Modern value in millions? Most coins are worth only a few dollars, but collectively, the George Washington $1 coins represent millions in the numismatic market. With over 300 million minted, even if just 1% are collected worldwide, that's 3 million coins in private hands. Considering collector prices and rare varieties, the total market value for all George Washington presidential $1 coins in collections could easily exceed 50 million USD globally.